Come with us where the corn is popped and the throwback Thursdays never stop. It's a magical land not far away. All you have to do is just press play.
So
hop on the couch and close your eyes. Gonna party like it's 99. Join us, watch the movies of our lives with Blockbuster Wives.
welcome to Blockbuster Wives, where your two favorite 90s babies talk about Shrekfest.
Shrekfest! Woo! Yeah! That's our morning radio intro to today's very special bonus episode.
Welcome, y'all. We love you so much. And again, none of this would be possible without you, but specifically Shrekfest would absolutely not be possible without you. It was entirely possible because of you. So thank you so much. And we actually want to shout out your names right now, just to give a huge thanks right away, because I mean, let's be just so for real. Like,
yeah, you guys are the best, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So here we go: Chantal G, Lindsay T, Cody C, Melissa L, Kent L, Elise H, Megan H, Naveed A, Lauren C, Michael P, Star 67 the band,
Ooh.
Grady M, Pedro L, Katie B, Marcus D, Rebecca D, Joe D, a lot of D's out there, Eliza B, and Sean M.
Hell yeah.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
I want to respect everyone's privacy, so I don't want to blasting out last names. But hopefully that's enough for you to know who you are.
Who you are.
And give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, because truly, like, we had the best time for the second year in a row, and like, truly it wouldn't have happened without you. So thank you so much.
Yes, thanks to you, our flight was paid for, our hotel, a new microphone, which we used with some interviews, which should be coming out within the next week or so.
Yes, I have to get one that ASAP Rocky, but yeah, we kind of wanted to do, a recap like we did last year, kind of go over all the goings on, because there's always so much happening, because we have to squeeze so many events and so many little, situations in just like 2 days, essentially. Yeah, it was 2 days.
It was just 48 hours, essentially. Yeah, whirlwind.
Yeah, so, I guess we could just start from the top, make it drop.
Yeah, before we go through like the order of events, I just want to say overall, Shrekfest Year 2 was even bigger and Shrekier.
It was.
It was amazing seeing the same people, and they made us feel like we've been going for years.
Yeah.
Like, so many people were like, it's the Blockbuster Wives, it's the Waffles, oh my god, so happy you're back. Like, people really remembered, and it just felt really special, and it felt like, oh, there's so-and-so, he's here every year, and it's literally like our second year.
Yeah.
And we already felt like we were in the fold.
Yeah, they truly made us feel like we were like OGs, even though this was only our second time showing up. But I think it's because we ride so hard. And in fact, shout out to the founder, Grant.
And he would say co-founder because he's a humble king.
He is a humble king, but let's be real.
He was the main organizer.
Yeah, he's the main organizer, and everyone kind of knows him as the like Shrek king of the universe, besides Shrek. But even he like came up to me backstage. We'll talk about that later. And he was like, hey, I just want to thank you guys so much, because you really like go so hard for Shrekfest, and like we see it and we appreciate it so much. And I was like, no dude, we appreciate you. Like, we go hard for Shrekfest because you created it. Like, it, yeah, like, hello.
And so much work was put into by him and all the other organizers, like hours and hours and hours of planning and preparation and organization and stress, and they're not making, they're not getting rich off of this.
No, they're not making any money,
because it's a free event.
Yeah, like, you don't have to pay to get in. There's no tickets, nothing. Like, you show up to this park and you're welcomed. I don't think I've ever been to a more welcoming, diverse, cool group of people, like, at an event like that ever.
So true. So if you, dear listener, get a chance to go to Shrekfest, run, do not walk.
Yeah, straight up
fly,
run.
do not boat.
Run to the swamp. Run to the swamp. We
run into the swamp, and the swamp will wrap you in its warm, swampy embrace.
Which might sound gross, but it's not.
It's not.
The best.
It's sexy. Shreksy.
It was Shreksy. It was truly Shreksy. And yeah, we just had the best time. we, as always, and we can't wait to just go back every single year.
Mm-hmm.
We also do need to address today. The lead singer of Smash Mouth did pass away from liver failure.
Oh, I didn't know he actually died.
Yeah, he died
today.
today.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The last I heard is he was in hospice.
He was, and then today he died.
Oh my goodness. Indeed, rest in peace. If I could just share a quick side story.
Yes.
Brent, the husband / producer, and I got to see Smash Mouth at the Flamingo Pool because they were doing this like free concert series a few years ago. I think it was 2019. It was 2019 or 2018. It was a free show. They rocked it. They played All-Star, I want to say 4 to 5 times, which I thought was just so amazing because any other band would probably be like, that isn't our only song. We have new music. Blah. But they were like, you know what? This song rocks. You love it. We love it. We're doing it again. And the crowd went nuts every single time.
Which is
like
so
they could have played
sweet.
it 10 times and we all would have been like, yeah. They also did the same thing with Walking on the Sun. They played it at least twice, maybe 3 times. And they were just so much fun. They had the wildest groupies I've ever seen.
Oh,
There
yeah,
was
you told me
so,
about
oh
this.
my gosh. Like every older woman in the audience was like rushing the stage, trying to take their tops off. And the singer had to be like, please, no, this is like a family friendly show. I'm married. Get off of me. It was hilarious. They were so thirsty for Smash Mouth.
God, yes.
Even like some girl was like, you're too young. And I was like, this
Yes.
is amazing.
I
Like,
love that.
He was very gracious and like trying to be like, let's take it easy, people. Like, we're Smash Mouth. All right,
You're the
calm
thirstiest
yourself.
group of people I've ever seen in my life.
It was amazing, but they absolutely rocked it, and he was so funny, and oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, I found out this morning our manager hit me up and was like, I'm so sorry to tell you this news. And it was really sad because we both like saw on the plane that he was in hospice or he was in the hospital dealing with liver failure, but we didn't know how close he was to like, you know?
I feel extra grateful now to have seen them.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they do that many shows.
No, but
Wow.
that's really cool that you experienced that because that's like, I feel like most artists aren't that generous in
Right.
that regard at all. That's like an extra layer of generosity and clearly shows how much they love their fans and they know what's up and they know their fans know what's up. And that's really, really cool. So RIP to the King. His song or their songs were so celebrated this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And we all benefited so hard from it. And I don't think Shrek would be the same without Smash Mouth at all.
Right, and if you want an interesting Shrek Smash Mouth story, please go back to our first episode and give that a re-listen.
Yeah. Shout out to our first episode ever, which was Shrek.
And here we are.
And here we
over
are.
a year later, 40-odd some episodes later. Actually, I think over 50 if you count our bonuses.
I think it would, yeah.
Dang.
And you can see all those, and you can see a couple more on our Patreon if you want to, our Patreon. I keep saying patron. I don't know.
Patreon.
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 It's my inner French bitch.
I should start
coming
saying,
out.
we have a Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
It's
Accoutrement.
$1 or $5. It's
Oh,
literally $1 or
no.
$5. Please join for the love of God.
I need to know more French so I can be more a fish and not just say Patreon. But anyways, yeah, you can catch more of our episodes there. But anyway,
Back to Shrekfest. We
back
flew
to
out
Shrek.
Friday. Everyone was super weird at the airport. Like, it was like we were in Sims and everyone was like glitching out. It was really weird. I didn't want to get into it.
I'm like, I don't even have examples, but everyone would, like, you know those days where you're just like, everyone is acting fucking weird? It was one of those situations, for sure.
I'll just give one example. So I had gone to the x-ray machine and I was like well outside of this like box that was drawn on the floor. And I was just waiting for Shay and the guy goes, get outside the box. And like I literally looked down and I'm like, I am.
Like,
And
I'm
then I took like
outside the
another
box.
giant step over because I was like, what is wrong with you? And it was just like people doing weird shit like that.
Yeah, like all morning, and Stacey and I were just like looking at each other like, what the fuck is happening right now? But you know what? We got through it. We got on the plane. The plane was chill.
We had a cheese party.
Oh, Stacey treated her wife so hardcore.
On Spirit Airlines.
We got. See, okay, let me just explain something right now. Stacey and I know how to live. Okay.
We know how to stretch your donation dollars
Yeah.
to the fullest.
We sure do. So Stacey got us some cheese plate situations. We each got a glass of wine. You know, we wanted to celebrate. We wanted to start out Shrekfest on a high note, And boy, did we do that.
Boy, did we. It was delicious.
It was so delish. It was perfect. It was everything we needed to nourish ourselves until, because, it's like a 5-hour flight. Or no, 4 hours.
It's 3.5.
Yeah, like 4
But I
hours.
love it.
Like 5.
It's like 19 hours.
It's 3 hours and 40 minutes. So, using the transitive
That's
property.
basically all day.
Rounding up. No. But anyway. So, it's like a couple hours, whatever. And we get to our destination. And we immediately call a shuttle to the Econo Lodge,
Which
Milwaukee
shout out
Airport.
Econo Lodge Airport of Milwaukee.
Because again, trying to stretch your dollars that you donated, and we're like, we can make this happen. It'll be all good. Now, a bunch of people were like warning us because they're like,
Yeah, both about the Econo Lodge franchise and the particular neighborhood we were going to stay in, but I'm telling you, it was fine.
No,
It was lovely.
It was beyond fine. It was so chill. The thing is like, if you're staying somewhere like an Econo Lodge or like a Days Inn or like something along those lines, you know what you're signing up for. You're not going to have like a pool and jacuzzi. You're not going to have like a butler standing outside of your fucking room. Like, it's going to be...
No frills, baby.
Right. No extra bullshit, right? But I will say, like, for the Econo Lodge, like, we were treated really well.
Everyone in the hotel like knew exactly what was up and like what we needed, that we were going to Shrekfest. When we were leaving one night, the owner and his family offered to let us come eat food with their family because they were sitting out in the lobby and they're like, "Madames, come eat," and we're like, "Oh my god."
And it smelled so good. We were so sad. We were so sad. We would have tore that shit up. Let me tell you what. Like, I wanted to. I was like, low key cancel our plans for the rest of the night.
If it was anything but the official Shrekfest after party, we would have stayed.
No, hell to the yeah. But they were so sweet, and they remembered, like, even the day we were leaving, they're like, "How was Shrekfest? How was your performance?" Like, they were so nice. And anyway, we highly recommend. It was super clean, super nice. They even had like this room service, like Uber Eats sort of situation that
we took full advantage of.
That we sure took advantage of the first night. So all I'm saying is we highly recommend it. So shouts out to the Econo Lodge Milwaukee Airport.
If you'd like to sponsor us, let us know.
Yeah, because we love you guys.
How funny would that be? The Las Vegas Blockbuster Wives are sponsored by the Econo Lodge Milwaukee Airport. People are like, what in God's name?
No, now we need to stay there every year. We need to prove a point that we love them so much. And also shouts out, it's like down the street a little bit, but it's this Indian restaurant that's open 24 hours, and it's called Cafe 94.
Yeah, and it was so fucking good.
It was so fucking good, and everyone was so nice. The food was just really good. The whole place smelled like incense. Like, they played, the most fire playlist I've ever heard in my life.
It was incredible.
So yeah, shouts out to Cafe 94, shouts out to Econo Lodge. We're gonna do a lot of shouts out this episode as usual, but
brace thyself.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Shouts outs. But yeah, so anyway, so we get to the hotel motel, we get changed, and then I get picked up because we didn't really talk about this too much leading up to it, but I was lucky enough to be asked to sing and be a frontman for a band that was performing at Shrekfest.
Whom we met last year when they were performing under the name Sauce Hound. So if you go to our Instagram, you'll see our iconic interview with them from last year.
That was amazing. And somehow, like, I just became homies with their drummer and frontman, Kyle, who's the coolest person ever. Stacy and I all weekend were like, we love Kyle. We love Kyle. So shout out to you, Kyle, because we love you so much. And he's just like the coolest, kindest king. And he is truly ingrained into the birth of Shrekfest as well. He and Grant, the founder, have known each other since kindergarten. And Kyle is also a humble king, so he'd never say this, which is why we're saying it for
He
him.
literally never mentioned it, and we heard about it the first time when Grant was like announcing it on stage, and we're like, I'm sorry, Kyle. You didn't say that you're the one who planted this Shrek seed in all of their minds.
Yeah. And he's like, no, I wouldn't say that. And we're like, dude, like, Grant literally said, you're lying.
No, I can't hide anymore.
Nope, not anymore, Johnny. But yeah, so Kyle's the best. And so Kyle picked us up, took us to rehearsal. I felt like Wayne or Garth from Wayne's World, because we literally were in a Milwaukee like suburb basement rehearsing like a rock band. Like it was so
perfect.
fun.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it was just so dope. The practice really, or the rehearsal practice, whatever, went on without a hitch.
Great musicians. They even knew. They're like, oh, you're in F key. It's in this key. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, they're like, you need to play. Oh, it goes G, A flat, C. Like, they were just on it. They'd all known each other for a really long time, and it was kind of like a new band that was forming because they added a couple members, took a couple members out. I want to say, added me. So we named ourselves Swamp Stars.
Wow.
And so, yeah, and then that night, dun, dun, dun.
Oh my gosh, very, very spooky experience.
Yeah, so I'll start off, and I'm sure Stacy will end. So Stacy always goes to bed before I do, but that night I was so exhausted that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna actually turn over in bed pretty early as well. So I was like almost all the way asleep. Like I was like pretty much like in La La Land, and all of a sudden I'm hearing music, and you know when you're like asleep and you like you're starting to hear music and you're not sure if it's a dream or not, and you're just like, what the fuck? So then when I came to, I thought it was playing in the hallway, and when I finally like fully woke up and realized, wait, this is coming from our room, we heard
heaven must be missing an angel. Missing one angel, darling, 'cause you're here with me right now. And I thought, when I woke up, I thought it was like a loud ass video Shay was playing on her phone, and I was like, wow, kind of rude.
Shay's hella rude.
I was like, I was literally turning over to be like, can you please wear headphones? When I see Shay like also looking around, and I'm like, oh no. And then I don't know who realized it first, but we're like, it's coming from the clock radio on our nightstand in between us.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
It was fucking scary, dude. And I was just like, And so I started like turning down the volume all the way, and then I thought, you know what, no. And so I completely yoinked it the fuck out of the wall, because I was like, I am not dealing with this right now. Like,
yeah, thank God it wasn't battery powered, or I'd like throw it in the hall.
Yeah, like, this will happen again. I'm not fucking doing this. And so she and I just kind of were like traumatized, and we're like, okay, well, good night, because
we're like, that's really weird, let's just go to bed.
No, because we could
not
talk about
dwell
that.
on this.
We could talk about that for like an hour. We're like, we're not doing this right now. And we were just talking about ghosts. Like, we were just talking about it.
But we were like, at least it's a nice song.
Yeah, it was like, at least it was, like, what did you say? Oh, highway to hell.
I was like, oh no.
It's like, at least it's about heaven, and it's like about
calling us angels,
Yeah.
Or it's from an angel, like, you know, that's good.
You know what? I'll take it. You know what I mean? I've had way scarier experiences. It was just surprising. We weren't expecting
You don't want it to happen, let's be real honest.
Especially when I'm trying to like emotionally prep myself for like a big performance, and we're both, and Stacey was doing the onion eating contest, and we were both interviewing people the next day. Like, we were like, we do not have
We knew
time.
it was gonna be a busy day.
Yeah, I'm like, we do not have fucking time to deal with this shit. So anyway, that was the first kind of mishap that happened, besides the airport like Sims glitching out weirdness. This was the second thing that happened. We're like, okay. So we wake up in the morning, we do all our stuff, we pack up all our shit, everything is good to go. I'm putting on my shoes, and I'm sitting on a rolling chair, leaning over to tie them, which seemed fine because I was just like in La La Land, like thinking of like lyrics that I needed to remember, and you know, all of your like your prep work or whatever. And all of a sudden, I fall on my fucking asshole on the wood, and the chair boinks me in the fucking back.
Yeah, the chair like slid out from under her, and then the back of the chair came up and went whoosh. I was like, is your butt okay? And you're like, yeah, but my head got whacked.
My head fucking hurts. What's your name again? No, I'm just kidding.
Where are we?
Who am I?
And my answers wouldn't be very helpful. You're at Shrekfest. You're about to perform.
You're about to perform Mbop.
You're about to perform Mbop while people are wearing wigs. And you're like, I'm not well.
Fucking fever dream of life. Oh my god. But yeah, so that was the other mishap that I was like, what the fuck is going on? So anyway, put on my shoes. Kyle picks us up again because he is a true king. Love that guy.
And he had already been up since like dawn, prepping everything for everything because he was the stage manager. So he was kind of like running the show of all the bands.
Yeah, and he straight up was like, I barely got sleep, but it's okay. And I'm like, oh my God. We were complaining about like, what, 7 hours of sleep or something?
Like, we're going to be exhausted.
Oh no. I felt so bad. But you know what? He killed it all day. Like, he's just the coolest. But yeah, so we get there, we have sound check, there's like a snack table, and they're like, oh yeah, here are the backstage passes. And Stacey and I are like, what? Because if you guys don't remember, I'm pretty sure we talked about it last year on our recap, but I made fake backstage passes last year that didn't end up existing. Like, they didn't need backstage passes for Shrekfest last year. This year, they made some, baby.
And
So
we got them. She got 2 somehow. We're not sure how she ended up with 2, but she's got 2.
I still don't
She's
know.
wearing 2 proudly around her neck. And she's like, wait, why do I have 2 of these?
I straight up still don't know, because I started with 1. I do not know when I would have put on a second one. It makes no sense. I'm still confused, but anyway, I told our manager I'd give her one because she has one of the fake ones from last year.
Perfect.
So it all works out. But anyway, so we got backstage passes. That was fucking cool. And then there was this little, like, there was a green room like downstairs, but there was also this mini green room that Stacey and I called our room of requirement.
It was so clutch, y'all.
And it was so great because we got to like it's like essentially the size of like maybe a little bit larger than a broom closet.
Yes.
But there was like a mirror with those like, you know, vanity lights. There was a fan. There were places to like hang our stuff.
It had a door that shut, so when we just needed a moment, we could just shut it, blast the fan, and just dissociate and not talk.
Yep, and everyone kind of knew like that's
Don't
kind of
bother
their room.
us.
That's the Blockbuster Wives room.
It's like
I'm
our
like-
little shack.
I'm like, and no green M&Ms. No, I'm just kidding.
Next time we should get a sign. It's like Blockbuster Wives green room and just slam it up there.
Next year, baby, we'll know what to do.
And they're like, oh, no one has assigned spots. I'm like, well,
I'm like, we do though.
take it up with our stage manager, Kyle. All
Take it up
right.
with Grant. Everyone's like, what? Grant
He has no
doesn't
idea
give
who
a-
you are.
He doesn't even know who you are. No, it was cool for Grant to go up to us and be like, Blockbuster Wives. We're like,
He
oh my
did
God.
recognize us basically immediately, and I was like, wow.
It was very sweet. Because you have to
And we
understand.
weren't even wearing our waffles, y'all.
Yeah.
We
weren't
remembered
even
our
wearing
faces.
Our waffles. No, but you have to understand that, like, everyone looks at him like a god in this space. Like, truly. So for him to, like, walk up to us and be like, Blockbuster Wives, without us wearing our iconic waffles.
Our now signature 2 years in a row waffle
I'm
costume.
just saying. We're in the know. Okay?
Our branding.
We're it girls. We're it
We're
waffles.
Shrek girls. Yeah. People wish they could have our level of recognition.
But anyways, so yeah, we had a little sound check. That was cool.
I got Chase some merch while she was getting all set up. We got cool little ears.
Yeah,
We
my
got
queen.
stickers. We got shirts. I got a fucking Shrek bucket hat, which is sick.
Dude, hell yeah. And she got one of those like Shrek toothpaste butt things. You guys know what I'm talking about.
And if you don't, look it up and prepare to be horrified.
Yeah, it's horrifying, but also so cool and funny. And she got me a little pair of Shrek ears, so I was able to wear them on stage. And yeah, so yeah, pretty soon band started playing. Everyone was killing it so hard. Like, it was so dope. And then the band right before, the person performing right before us was kind of like a last minute addition, but he was so dope. His name is Pepper Coyote. Need I say more?
And it was my first experience with furries, which, I mean, I could spend approximately 3,000 hours and start a whole new podcast about everything I've learned in furries in the past 48
Yeah.
hours. But I'll just suffice it to say, for the purposes of this recap,
Yeah.
my first introduction to furry culture, he was lovely.
Yeah.
He was great. He
Yeah.
clearly had a voice for sea shanties. Hopefully Shay and him will collab.
Yep, I immediately like walked up to him. I introduced myself and I was like, Stacy, my podcast member, and I both believe that your voice is perfect for sea shanties. And he's like, I have sea shanties. And I was like, what?
It was so perfect. Like, do tell.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And
So
it's a furry sea shanty.
yeah, it is. It's actually so sick. And he got a bunch of other furries in on it. So it's like a choir of furries singing this sea shanty. It's fucking actually so cool.
And if you don't know what furries are, like I kind of didn't, just give it a Google, and you're probably wrong with whatever you're thinking. Like I was wrong.
Yeah, and I highly recommend the video by Curtis Connor, and I can't remember what it exact, but if you literally on YouTube type in Curtis Connor furries, he has a whole video explaining, like, hey, this is what I thought furries were because of this video that I saw in like 2007, but really furries are like this. And he like interviewed furries, and he kind of like really started to understand their culture. Like he did a really well-rounded, like cool video about like understanding culture from a viewpoint of someone like us who like isn't in that culture and doesn't understand.
No idea.
So I highly recommend that. Or go Stacy's route, where she just like fell in a black hole of furrydom for like 3 hours.
It was incredible though. I learned a lot. And so yeah, Pepper Coyote is a famous furry musician.
Yeah, and his songs are really, really good. A little controversial. He did not sing his most famous song, which we can say now.
That's right, because we're an uncensored podcast.
Exactly. It's called "There's No Cock Like Horse Cock,"
which he randomly got commissioned to write for a video game that wanted like 50 sounding jingles that were like super, super filthy.
Yeah.
And I guess like the first versions he wrote, they're like not filthy enough. And so he's like, okay. And that's when he wrote No Cock Like Horse Cock for them. And they're like, we love it.
Yeah.
And then it became a Twitch sensation, which led it to becoming a Black Lives Matter protest sensation.
Fuck yeah.
Just wild.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the Black Lives Matter sensation because that shit is so dope, and like people were like blasting it for cops, and I just think that's like the funniest shit I've ever heard of in my life. And yeah, we highly recommend looking him up. I know all his stuff is on Spotify. I have it on Apple. Yeah, highly recommend all of his music. And also, I'm going to shout out the other bands that performed besides us, because everyone killed it. So there was Spano Cabana. We did interview them. They were sweet little angels.
I love them.
Love every single one of those dudes. Look up their stuff.
Our first
Cabana.
everyone laying down interview.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So when you guys do see the content that we start pumping out pretty soon, they're the dudes in the laying down video. It's probably the chillest interview I have ever seen in my life. And they did really cool Shrek trivia, so stay tuned for that. There's also Ska Incorporated. They were so fucking cool, and they had another woman as a singer. She was sick. She had green hair, and she was dressed like Fiona. Shit was so lit.
They also interviewed with us, so look out for that.
Yep, shout out to them. And then Star 67, who always headlines Shrekfest. They do so many covers of all the songs that we all love. And they are on stage for probably over an hour, just like jamming hard. We didn't get to interview them this year. We did talk to them though, and they were like super sweet as always. And again, shout out to Justine, who's the one who donated so that we could go. So cool. But we do have an interview with them from last year, so please feel free to go back and watch that, because their energy is just the same and they're so cool and we love them. And so does everybody else. Literally, they get the show fucking rolling.
And another interview that we got last year that we didn't get to re-interview was the winner of the Roar contest, Sweet Jamie. Killed it again.
Yeah.
Won 2 years in a row.
2 years.
For Roar, I got a video of it, so we'll have to post it. It's incredible. Yeah. It's like so deep and powerful and long, and it's just amazing.
And the crazy thing is last year she didn't even know that she was signing up for it. She showed up with her homies, like just to go, like just to be a fest goer, and then her friends were like, you should just do the rowing contest. Hee. Like she was not even planning on it. Like I feel like some people kind of prep themselves for it.
Yeah,
for months leading up. She did no prep work. She showed up on stage and she won, and she did it again this year.
And she was like, I lost my voice. And then just like killed it. And I was like, what?
Yeah, so she is a second year winner. She's so fucking dope. And we love her. So shout out to Jamie. We love you, dude. I think her Instagram is Jamie's Journey.
I think that's right.
But we'll shout her out when we post the video. But yeah, we love her. So shout out to you, Jamie.
And then I entered the onion eating contest this year, which you remember our training video. So it wasn't the first, because last year I was thinking about doing it, and then my better judgment got a hold of me, and I was like, Stacey, you've never even tried to take a bite out of a raw onion, so maybe like hold your horses before you commit to eating one as fast as you can on stage in front of a lot of people, which did turn out to be the right move, because many mental people were ill on stage in front of everyone, and it was really gross.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
So this year, before I committed Shay and I did the training video. I ate the onion, and I was like, okay, can verify I can do this. So I was pretty confident. And then when we got there, it was like on the program. I saw somewhere beforehand it said, to enter the onion eating contest, you must prove that you were able to eat an onion.
And we're like,
what does that mean? But sure enough, at the sign-up station, they had a whole big Tupperware container of like 1/8 to 4 of onions all cut up. And you had to sit there and eat it in front of them, like to complete, to show that you could hang and you weren't going to like barf immediately.
Yeah, because last year there were quite a lot of people that got sick. So
this year too, even with the qualifier.
Yep. But I think their mistake is that they're eating it way too fucking fast.
It's not designed to be eaten quickly. And I will say, even after my, my small portion, I probably only ate 1/8 of it before the person won. My stomach was like not great for a little while. It wasn't comfy cozy.
Yeah.
So I could only imagine
what they went through.
Yes.
But Stacey killed it. Like, she really looked so confident up there, and everyone was like kind of looking at her being like, oh shit, is she gonna fucking like beat our asses? Like, it was so dope. I got the whole video on our Instagram as well, so check out that live. We posted it and it was sick.
But yeah, the person who won, just like this scrawny little guy, and there was a false winner. There was somebody who thought they could do it, but they flew too close to the sun, and they had to run off the stage to avoid barfing in front of everybody.
Yeah, and they were fully painted green like Shrek. It was, I mean, shout out to them. We saw them at the after party. They were very nice.
Pretty amazing.
But yeah, Stacey could have prevailed if it wasn't for, like, he was a fucking onion eating machine, quite literally.
It was. Everybody else was like where I was at, like a few layers deep.
Yeah.
Regretting our life choices. Meanwhile, this one guy is like, it's gone, and we're like, what?
I'm like, how the fuck? And you have to like, did you have to get on your knees, or is that what that dude just did?
No, you're supposed to get on your knees so you could easily see, and then they'd come over and they'd watch you like finish chewing.
That's so great. And he like killed it. Like, I do not. He like, I wouldn't be surprised if he like swallowed it whole. I'm so serious.
Maybe that's the key. You know?
That was like, it was wild. But as it was going on, there was this girl in the front row that like Stacey. Like, I heard what was happening, but like I was very focused on like filming my wife. But Stacey watched the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's so funny.
I'm sitting. I'm like standing on stage, and there's this. I think there was a Farquad. Actually, now this is the first time realizing it.
Oh god.
There was a Farquad both to my left and both to my right, which is so funny. And the Farquad to my right, the onion he selected was noticeably way smaller than everyone else's. And so there's this girl in the crowd in the front, and she's taller. She's wearing a like fur bikini. She's dressed like a barbarian. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I haven't seen Shrek 3, so maybe it's from Shrek 3.
Yeah.
But I was like, don't know what this costume is. And her face was painted. And she goes, Farquaad's got a small onion. Farquaad's got a small onion. Like, pointing at him, yelling at him, like, going ham.
The steak.
Exactly. And I was like, whoa, there's a lot of intensity. And then one of the organizers noticed and brought him, like, a bigger onion.
Damn.
And I was like, wow, called the fuck out.
Fuck yeah.
And then as we start eating the onion, I hear her again. She's pointing. She's screaming at the Farquaad to the right of me. He's spitting out his onion. He's spitting out his onion. Someone do something. I mean, like acting like something was on fire.
Do you think she was friends with the girl that was tearing out? Because I feel like she was.
I hope so.
I think that's what it was.
That would be the best case scenario.
I think that's why.
That her passion was coming from injustice on behalf of her friend.
Yeah.
Because if not, wow.
Unhinged.
Very unhinged.
Burn him at the stake.
It was really funny though, and I was just like, I can't take my eyes off this girl. Like, I think she's gonna throw something at him.
You know what? It's her fault you didn't win. Otherwise,
yeah,
you
she
would
was
have been more in the
distracting
game.
me. I was the only one who's like, she might literally kill him. Somebody keep an eye on her.
Listen, we love aggressive women. This was like beyond aggressive.
And the organizer had to come back and like look at the ground and be like, are you spitting out your onion? And he kind of was, but he's a little cheater onion eater.
Well,
you like that?
Well, justice was served, baby.
And
on
I
a
was like,
solo
I can't
platter.
worry about the cheaters and the haters and the screamers. All right,
Listen.
I gotta eat this motherfucking onion.
At least she didn't say anything about you, because if she did, I would have gotten involved.
She also did say,
I know, like, what could you say?
The
I'm just saying.
Farquad to they're like between the other Farquad, there was this Indian gentleman. She goes very loudly, points at me and goes, "The Indian guy's gonna win."
What?
I was like, Jesus.
Wait, who? She did?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And she kept repeating it. She goes, "That Indian guy," like pointing. I was like, "Oh my god."
Okay,
It was
don't
a
love
lot.
that, please.
So maybe she wasn't there for her friend because she should be being like, she's gonna win.
I feel like I heard her like pumping the crying girl up, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, we're calling her the crying girl because after the onion eating contest, she fully had like huge mascara runs down her entire face,
It looked
looking
like-
like Alice Cooper.
It looked like some aftershock of like Girls Gone Wild. I'm so serious.
It was wild.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was
it was like face painting at first. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
that's just from just now.
Yeah, it was like pure black mascara running down her face in perfect streams, like.
Yes. I was like, wow.
And she was like
she was having a rough time.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure I filmed her, so you guys, so you guys can see. Like I did, but you know what? One of my lives got cut off, so I had to make a new one. So I'm not sure if she's in the new one or the old one.
I need to look. I need to go back and listen carefully and see if you could hear the Lord Farquaad spitting out his onion.
She's just like freaking out. It was very, very funny, but I thought that was hilarious. But Stacey killed it. Everyone was like, "Damn, okay, Stacey's doing it." That shit was cool. And yeah, basically, oh yeah, and I performed. That was fucking sick.
Yeah, Shay killed it. The performance was so much fun. My favorite part was the Mbop performance with the blonde wigs, which was very fun, and the crowd loved it.
Yeah, and Mbop, we had like a little hybrid song situation, so it went from Mbop to Muffin Man by Frank Zappa, and that was my favorite part, even though I wasn't like the main singer. I was kind of like a background singer of that song. I was just singing the chorus with Kyle. But shout out to Dino the rapper, y'all.
Yeah, he killed it.
Killed it on that song. I was so happy that they brought him back again because he was there last year. And it was so much fun. They all made it so fun for me. So shout out to my band. You guys just murdered, and it was just so much fun. And I can't wait to perform with you again next year.
And Shay was a true swamp star. She was like getting high fives. She was pumping up the crowd. She was interacting. It was amazing.
Thank you, my love. And Stacey was kind enough to record a live of me and the band. So if you guys want to check that out, it is also on. It's on Blockbuster Wives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's already up.
Yep, it's on our IG, so feel free to check it out. It's like almost a half an hour. The first song is me playing Tambo, so you can feel free to skip that if you'd like. But I highly recommend watching the whole thing because the boys killed it. And yeah, I just had the most fun ever. Can't wait to go back next year. And yeah.
Yeah, so that was like the festival day, but it was not over, ladies and germs.
Sure was not.
Because we had to go to the official Shrekfest after party.
True.
And sweet DH from the Unitaskers, who we interviewed last year, couldn't play this year, but their interview's up from last year, drove us to and from the after party, which was so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. Their new band is Breakup Tour.
I was just going to look that up, yeah.
So check their single out, which is available on Apple and Spotify. It's called At Least We Still Hate.
Yep, and it just got released like the day before Shrekfest or something like that.
Yeah.
So please check it out because it was so great. So shout out to you again, DH, because DH picked us up from our hotel and drove us to the after party. Such a fucking sweetie
And
pie.
took us back.
And drove us back, which like so nice.
Yes.
And everyone kept saying like, no, you guys are on the way, but like we know we weren't on the way.
Same thing with Dave from the band. Shout out to Dave for taking us back to our hotel from Shrekfest. He too was like, it's on the way, and we're like, there's no possible way.
Yeah, the Midwestern hospitality was very
So
noticeable and so like dude, we saved so much money in Ubers and shit because of these people. So again, shout outs to y'all.
Thank you very kindly.
So kindly. And if they ever come to Vegas, we got to chauffeur them around.
Yeah, and Shay had this amazing pickle beer at X-Ray Arcade, which is where the after party was. It was like Donna's pickle beer or something like that.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good.
It was so fucking
We
good.
got
And we
fried
had some
cheese
curds.
Oh.
And then there was a band performing, and I wanna look. Do you remember the name?
Random.
Band Random. They were so dope. They were like punk, but they did like a little bit of ska at the end, and like they were so great. I don't know. I just really had fun. You could really sense how hardcore the music scene is in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go back and like perform at like some house show or something like that. Like I just feel like I don't know. I had so much fun, and you could really sense that everyone really, really loves music. I mean, their scene is so sick. And I definitely want to go back. And it's cool because, just to shout out Wayne's World again, like, you can see that in the movie, how hardcore the music scene is in Wayne's World. And you're like, is that happening in real life? But it fucking is. Like, it's so palpable. And it's so fun.
And another Wayne's World crossover is the bar, X-Ray Arcade. They had this like little backyard portion thing, so people go outside and chill if they wanted to. And it was close enough to the airport that the planes would come and fly so low over. And every time they did, people would be like, "Wow!" And it just reminded us of the scene from Wayne's World where they were watching the planes fly over them.
Yeah, it was magical. And yeah. And then after the after party, we went back to the hotel again. And in the morning, we walked to McDonald's. We went back to the hotel. We chilled for a while. And then we went to that Cafe 94 place. And man, again, shouts out to y'all.
We got tikka paneer, and they brought it sizzling out on an iron skillet. And the garlic naan was buttery and delicious. Oh, so good.
So good. And then Stacy also got a chai tea.
It was so good. It was like the chai tea they make in India, which I was grateful enough to spend 3 weeks there, so I kind of missed the Indian chai, and I got it. Scratched that itch.
Yeah, she had a little sip, and she's like, oh my god, I'm brought back to India. And I was like, oh, that's so nice.
It was so yummy. And then we came back to the hotel to chill until our shuttle arrived.
Hello.
And we played some incredible rounds of Uno.
And also, as we walked out, dude, we walked out, and I see this man standing there, and I look at his shirt, and in a split second, I recognize that it says Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Shay's hometown.
And I, like, I was in shock, and so I just, like, pointed and gasped at this dude, and he's probably like, what?
I was like, who is this man? Like, I thought she knew him or recognized him. Like, you killed my father.
But I was like, oh my god. And then, like Stacy said, it felt like forever before you said something.
There was a pause that can only be described as pregnant.
It was a pregnant pause, and I was just like,
and we're all just like, me and this guy were just looking at Jay like, what's about to happen?
It's because my mind was so I was just like, no fucking way, is this real? And then I was like, oh my god, I can't believe you have that city on your shirt. That's the city I'm from. And he's like, oh really? And I was like, yeah, can I take a picture of it? And then Stacy's like, let me take a picture of both of you. So we have a picture together. Let me just explain something to you, okay? No one knows what Halifax, Nova Scotia is, all right? And most people, when you say, oh, Halifax or Nova Scotia, they're like, where's that? Europe? Like, no one knows where that is. And it was so cool to meet someone that had it on their shirt. Like, let alone meet someone who's been there. But, like, to have it on a shirt, and he was about to leave as I'm leaving. Like, it was just...
crazy.
It was meant to be.
It truly was.
Fucking Econo Lodge. There's something magical about it.
Something magical. Something witchy going on.
Yep. So shouts out to that guy. And he also said, it's beautiful. I was like, I know.
It's like, you know how to get to her heart.
I miss it all the time. But yeah, it was a very cool, magical moment. And then Stacy and I spent like 3 hours at the airport. And then we flew back. And I
got some cheese curds for the flight back, so that was nice.
And they were dill, baby. Oh, Stacy
dill
knows
garlic.
Anything dill, I want to shove up my asshole.
And I have to prevent her every single time. I have to stop it.
Please don't. She's like, no.
Cease and desist.
I'm like, let me do my thing. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was a beautiful trip, and it was fun packed, and it was very short, but we had the best time again. And we couldn't have done it without any of the boys helping us out, giving us rides, providing, I was going to say shelter, but not shelter, providing like practice spaces and allowing us into their world and
a room
being
of requirement.
Wait, what did you say?
Giving us a room of requirement.
Yeah, giving us a room of requirement. Just being so supportive of us, and like beyond being supportive of us in real time, they're supportive of us in all ways. Like, everyone was like hitting us up being like, do you need anything? Like, can we carry this for you? Do you need a ride to da-da-da-da? Like, everyone was just so full of like swampy hospitality. There's no other way to put it. And that is just a testament to this group of people who do this every year. Not only the attendees, but everyone who runs this shit. Like, everyone is just so cool and welcoming and kind, and we could not recommend it enough. So please consider going next year.
It's the best, baby.
And also, Stacy and I, really quick, had like the best burger maybe one of the best burgers I've ever had while we were there too.
So good.
So all the food trucks are like crazy good.
Oh, what was it called? It's like MKE.
Yeah.
Run MKE.
Yeah, I think it was Run MKE because it was kind of like a Run DMC situation. Shit was so lit.
It was so good.
So anyway, we highly recommend going for the food, for the peeps, for the vibes, for the music.
It's a great time for the Shrek of it all.
For the Shrek of it all. And Stacey and I were talking about how like queer coded Shrek is, and like we could do a whole like dissertation about it, to be honest. So shouts out again.
Yeah, we had the best time. If you were a donor, thank you so much. If you were like, oh man, I didn't get to donate, but it's too late. It's actually not, because we didn't quite reach our goal. So if you still wanted to throw us some coin, we would love that. We're just on GoFundMe. If you just Google Send the Blockbuster Wives to Shrekfest again, you will find us.
Yep, and I believe it's still in our bio. If you click on that Linktree link, it's like right at the top. Send us to Shrekfest again. But yeah, that's basically it. But we love you guys so much, and again, we could not do this without you.
So thank you.
So thank you so much. And will this one get released before we start September?
Yes.
Okay. So this one's going to be released, and next month is a very special month. It's really this month, but you know. It's Cody Cooktober. If you don't remember, Cody Cook is a very, very important person to us, and because he was our first Patreon, and he's just so super involved in like our lives in general, but also with Blockbuster Wives, we decided to give him a whole month. So he picked 4 movies for us. He recorded a version of our theme song. So this next month is going to be fully dedicated to him and his favorite movies. So shouts out to you, Cody Cook, and shouts out to Cody Cooktober.
Cody Cooktember.
Oh, I keep saying Tober. Cody Cooktember. My bad. Okay, Cody Cooktember.
We love him. We love you.
We love you.
We hope you have the best day.
Yeah. And get hella Shreksy.
Get Shreked.
Get Shrek, baby. And
Love
come
you
back next year. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.